Well, of course, Brexiteers won because people wanted to take back control. They wanted radical change, a new direction moving forward. And whether it's new grammar schools, scrapping the BBC licence fee, cutting taxes, abolishing the Lords, or a new voting system, the Conservative Party cannot afford to be left behind and just stand there as basically defenders of a status quo. Now, first past the post, I think, is hopelessly outdated. One of the main arguments, of course, for it is the constituency link with a member of parliament. But of course, you can have that in a proportional representation system still. You could have one ballot paper for a constituency MP with larger constituencies than we have now, and then a second ballot paper for a top-up list, proportional representation that ensures people vote for a party and get some representation of that party, perhaps with a minimum threshold of, say, 5% of the vote. Now, pressure seems to be building for proportional representation for general elections. If you look, in fact, at the latest YouGov polling on this, you'll see, and this is from the 10th of March of this year, YouGov asked the question, some people support a change in the British voting system to proportional representation where the number of MPs a party wins more closely reflects the share of the vote they receive. Other people support retaining our present voting system, first past the post, which is more likely to give one party an overall majority in the House of Commons and avoid a hung parliament. Which voting system would you prefer? And what you see now is that proportional representation in this country is significantly more popular than first past the post. 44% of the country, in fact, now backs PR over the present system. And interesting to see first past the post actually comes third in this poll, because don't know at 29%, and more people say they don't know than back first past the post. So less than a third of the country now supports first past the post. And I said, the Conservatives can't afford just to be left behind here defending a status quo that is increasingly unpopular. Interesting then to see in that context, as we look ahead to the next general election, you've now got, as the Electoral Reform Society report, the UK's biggest union passing a motion in support of proportional representation, delegates, Unison's National Delegate Conference backing a motion for the adoption of PR for UK general elections. And interestingly, and this I think is a significant intervention, Andy Burnham actually weighing in The Observer, saying it's time for Labour to back proportional representation. He says that at grassroots level, Labour is moving towards support for PR. If the party as a whole were to embrace it, it paves the way for an agreement with other parties on wider reforms and elected Senate of the nations and regions to replace the Lords and maximum devolution of power out of Westminster. Now, let me know if I'm wrong about this or not, but I think those sorts of reforms, many of my audience, of you guys that are here on the channel, those are the sort of things you want to see in terms of getting rid of the Lords, in terms of changing the voting system, in terms of devolving power out of Westminster. But yeah, look, I think it's interesting to see this being talked about more and more. And as I said, it's clear to me now that first past the post is hopelessly outdated. Let me know where you stand on this, guys. Would you like to see first past the post replaced by proportional representation? Or are you someone who backs first past the post? Let me know in the comments below. As ever, I'll keep bringing you all the very latest on this and more. So please do whack this video a quick thumbs up. And of course, as ever, cheers for watching.